guys, Kathleen Penner here from Plenty of Sunshine Travel. Today I am on Seabourn Ovation. I just boarded. Our rooms are open when we board. That's one of the things I love about small ships, that you're able to board right away and to get instantly into your stateroom, and I think that's amazing. So our room is ready for us, and I just wanted to give you guys a little walkthrough so that you can see it. Now, our stateroom number is 935, and all of the balcony staterooms from V1 all the way up to V4 are the exact same layout. The only difference is the location on the ship. So this one here is a V4, and it is on one of the more upper decks, and we are on deck 9. We are actually super close to the pool area, very, very close to the colonnade, which is the buffet, and then at night, one of the outside dining as well. Table service dining, where you can eat outside or in, depending upon your weather. But I really want to show you guys this room. So we're going to do tons of different tours all over the ship, but for now, here is our room. So the first thing you're going to notice when you come in is you're going to have a slot right here. And this slot is you're going to need to put either your key card in here or another form of a card here, and that's going to activate your lights. On the back of your door, you're going to have, "We are out exploring. Please clean up our suite." Or if you're decided to just stay in and relax, we've got, "We're relaxing. Please return later." Again, on the back of the door, just like with any other hotel or any other thing, it will tell you all of the safety information and where your muster station is. Look at your key card, it will tell you, and talking about the general alarm and how to put on the life jacket. So moving right along to these. So these ones here, so we haven't figured out what this one does. We're gonna have to figure that one out later. It might be a do not disturb outside, we'll see. But this light here controls these lights and turns them off and on for you. So as soon as you come in, you can hit some lights. Now these lights that are here, these are for the restroom. So if they were all off, of course, as you can see, it's going to be dark, and you could put all of the lights on right there. Or if you choose, you can just have under counter lights, which is gonna be perfect for nighttime, or just the mirror lights, which is nice for makeup. So for now, we'll put them all on so that you guys can see this gorgeous marble bathroom with double vanity sinks, his and her sinks right here. One of my favorite things is the molten brown. I used these last time I was on board Seabourn, and I loved these. These are amazing. In fact, I didn't even bring shampoo and conditioner this time because of how much I enjoy those. And then up here, we have a bunch of different shower gels and bath amenities, and those are all complimentary to use on board. And they have a little sign that's right here that basically says, if you would like to purchase them, come down and see their gift shop to take some home. So we're going to move right along. So we've got a really nice makeup mirror here. Again, the double sink. Wonderful bathtub, super deep. It's really nice and deep to have these bathtubs on board because you're moving a lot and your water could kind of splash out. So I find all of the ship's bathtubs to be quite deep. So you got a bath mat there, some towels, and a clothesline, which is super handy after you've gone swimming. So there's really a good amount of handrails to get up. And then right over here, you could put a nice little candle there as well, just for some nice little lighting. There is a shower as well. So if you don't want to take a bath, you can come in here, and it is a beautiful rain shower head. And it comes down. And again, you've got the nice safety handrails, and then adjusting your temperature. And this one you can lift off and aim it and clean your feet. And it's just an amazing shower. And it's all marble. It is just absolutely stunning. One thing I always make a note of for you guys to remember, when you're stepping out of the washroom, there is always a step, unless I've reserved for you one of the wheelchair rooms or the fully room for the disabled, so that you can wheel in. But besides that, it is a step, so please be careful. In the middle of the night, I don't want you guys falling. moving right along, so right here you have got this makeup area, and it's got a really nice chair, and you can just sit here and do your makeup. And when we walked in, we found out who our suite host and suite attendant is going to be for the week, and there's usually a little thing of flowers there. Next we come across the absolutely gorgeous walk-in closet. Again, the lighting is on the outside and it is right there, and you've got a spot here. These are your robes for use on board. There's 2 of them in different sizing. They also have slippers for you too, and the slippers you can take home, but please don't take the robes. You've got a ton of spots to hang things up, and you also have pull-out drawers. Now, because we're headed to Iceland, we've got a nice warm blanket so that we can sit out on our balcony. When we went in Southern Caribbean with Seabourn, the blankets they had just set up in the morning out on the pool deck, but this is in your room, so you're going to be able to use that. And of course, you can set this passcode to be whatever you like, and there's instructions right here on the wall. Here are our slippers. These you can take home. These are yours to keep, and of course a hairdryer. Wonderful full-length mirror to know how you're gonna look when you're all dressed up for dinner. So we're just gonna move right along. I'm just gonna turn on some lights here. So now we're in the main part of the room. As soon as you walk in, you're gonna notice this wonderful cabinet right here. This is really nice for storage. I personally have walked into that a bit too many times, so just mind that and be careful. I think I'd like to see that maybe a bit further down if I was designing the room, but I'm not a designer, so that's fine. And here we have these drawers right here that you can just put things in, and there is a ton of storage space. Like, I am just amazed. We can so easily unpack and get get things put away very nicely, and that's just all right here. So we've got a lot of space. Now the bed right now has this cover because our luggage is going to be delivered shortly, so we're going to end up putting our suitcases on the bed, and they just have this cover on it. So over to this side of the bed. Now on this one, and it's the exact same on the other side, so I'm only going to show you one side. So you're going to have a light here. So you've got a little nice reading spotlight and your lamp. Now when you get into bed and you want to turn off your lights, you can hit these and it controls the whole room. You have your normal USB, your typical USB, and a USB-C, a North American plug, and a European plug. If you want to be able to use more of these and kind of have a lot more things plugged in, bring some adapters, and then that kind of expands it as well. So here you have a drawer that pulls out and a tinier drawer just on the top. So that's your side table beside the bed. So now we're going to move on, and as I said, this side's got the exact same. Now this side also has the telephone, and as you can tell, we are suite number, a little blurry, sorry about that, it's catching the light there, 935. But there's your telephone. You can make your dining or room service, which is always complimentary. If you want to order some caviar, always complimentary on Seabourn. Anything you want right there. So that's all included. And as I mentioned, you know, you've got your regular USB or USB-C, North American and European plug, same as these. Now this can be pulled right across if you have someone who wants to sleep and yet your partner or your traveling companion is a bit of a night owl. You can separate the room, not a problem. And these curtains do come right across, so don't worry about that one. And you've got your large TV. Now over above, you've got some books that are labeled Seabourn Ovation. You have your room service menu, and you can put out those tabs to say, hang that little paper on the door, telling them what you want. And so there's some more shelves up in here. There is a surprising amount of storage in these rooms. It's interesting. You're really going to be able to get everything put away. It's quite nice. So again, you know, we've got that over here. So moving on to the, oops, I keep banging these. I'm sorry, guys. beds. Moving on to the other side, and this I find kind of neat. As soon as you open it, the light comes on. So that's cool. Before you leave and you come on your voyage, oh, and you can tuck them right in so they stay out of the way. And then you can just have them staying open. So you see that one. So before you head away, we're going to ask your preferences. And we had chosen the famous grouse for Scotch, and this one as well. And it is a very large bottle. It's 1 liter. And this is complimentary for you to use on board. So that is always going to be there for you. Also, water bottles, amazing, reusable. Keep refilling them all around the ship. Those are yours for use on board. Next, we have the fridge. And you don't need to worry about this too much because it is all included too. So you don't need to think, uh-oh, did I touch something from the minibar? Look out. Oh, look at that. My husband's already been and got a cookie. So we put some preferences in, and they're all met, and everything's right here. And you've got a bucket for ice. Simply ask your suite attendant, and they will make sure that that is continually filled up for you. There's a pull-out drawer right here. You can have that. And I believe up top here, I think is where you're going to get your cups. Yes, there you are. And again, as soon as I open it, the light, boom, turns right on. And then you've got your glasses there. Now this very long couch, this room actually sleeps 3. So this couch pulls out, and if you have another person with you, it can pull right out, and they can certainly have a very nice, comfortable place to sleep, as well as just sitting there. When we boarded today, we discovered, again, a nice bottle of champagne on ice. So there that is, right there. And they're just welcoming you on board. And here are the cups, and they're saying, welcome. Welcome to Seabourn Ovation. My team members and I are eager to do all we can to ensure you have the most pleasant and luxurious voyage. We offer you the champagne for a special toast. Bon voyage. So that's cool. We're going to also have all of the information that's there, talking about all of the destinations that we're going to, short excursions that are available for purchase, and a little bit of information. Also, I mean, who can go wrong with Thomas Keller the Grill? So the menu is here as well. And I mean, your app is all there too, so you can really see what's in the app. And then they have the Herald. Now the Herald is also in your app, but it looks like for the first time until they get things going that they've got it in paper form. After that, you're going to need to ask for it if you want it in paper form. But it pretty much will be in your app and you can view it. Gorgeous flowers, huge mirror. Absolutely just so gorgeous. And just these rooms just make me happy. They're just so airy and I love them. Absolutely love them. Again, you've got some curtains here that you can draw at night. That is here. You've got some lights at this end you can turn on and off. And of course this one does your outdoor light. So let's just pop out. We are currently in Copenhagen right now. It was raining here earlier today, so things are a little bit wet on the deck. I'm just gonna have to watch my step. But you'll see that this pulls out so you can get your feet up. And they've got some pillows that are under here that you're gonna have for your neck as well, and that can attach. Really wonderful table for sitting out here. I love having breakfast as we're pulling into port. So I usually get room service or send my husband to the buffet. He brings back breakfast for me. We sit out here and we just watch pulling into port, and it's just, it's one of those things I just love about cruising. So we are currently in Denmark. If we were on the other side of the ship, we'd be looking at windmills in the ocean right now. So we don't have the best view, but you know what? We have a gorgeous, huge deck, and we have all week for the views. So that is lovely. This is a very nice heavy storm door, and it automatically closes, and you don't need to worry about it being a patio door and trying to open it. It's just turn of the handle and you're golden. You can lock it as well, it seems, so we're good. So again, just this table, if you'd rather eat inside, if it's not the best weather, you can sit here and have your complimentary room service. I hope you guys loved this tour as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And I hope that you guys will come with me and sail on Seabourn someday. I'd love to cruise with y'all. And I hope that I'm able to see you guys on board really, really soon. See you guys later. Hey guys, so today is the end of the first day of us boarding onto Seabourn Ovation. We just spent 2 days in London. We flew into London on, oh goodness, I don't even know what today is. Today's Sunday. So we flew into London Thursday overnight. So we landed at about 8 o'clock on Friday morning. And we were pretty tired. It was hard to sleep on the overnight flight. Maybe we got like an hour or so sort of here and there, so it was a little bit tricky. But, and we made our way over. We ended up taking a black cab, and we made our way over to our hotel. And I have to say, if you're looking for a hotel to stay in the London area and you really want to do like Buckingham Palace and St. James's Place and Westminster and all those great things, you really should stay right in the area so that you can walk to all of those things. The transportation is phenomenal, but it does take time and it's a little bit of a learning curve. Now, I will say though, when we were there, that there was the strike. So there was kind of the work to rule, for lack of a better word. So there were some trains that were closed. The first day when we arrived, Gatwick Express was not running, so we had to take a different line. Also, I believe it was it Circle Line? I don't really remember, but one of the lines, Central or Circle, that we were going to be taking was not running on that particular day. So it just took a little bit longer to get to where you needed to go. But absolutely stay in that area. And we ended up staying at the Sheridan Grand Park Lane, I believe it's called, or Sheridan Grand Park Lane. And it was right on Piccadilly, and it was just a really, really good spot. Highly recommend that one. So our first day when we were in London, we ended up going to Westminster. Because we went to the hotel and we were able to have, because I've got a lot of loyalty points and it's a Marriott, we got early, allowed into our room early. So that was really nice because we caught a little bit of sleep and was able to get a little bit more refreshed. So we went right away to get in to see Westminster. Now, a tip that we have for that is if you have limited mobility and if you are disabled, and truly disabled, don't do this because it's something that you just want to do. But when you show up, they can't get tickets in advance, but you are allowed, yourself and a carer, you are allowed to enter Westminster absolutely free of charge. So we went over there and we were a little bit like, oh no, because it says that they were sold out for the day. And we went up and we said, I had heard that we could, get same day tickets just due to disability. And they said, sure. And they just let us in. Now, I wish we had more time because that was amazing. There were all kinds of sections that were just built centuries ago. Phenomenal. And literally you could get lost in Westminster. It was just really a really great experience. Really, really amazing. And we were just kind of watching our clock a little bit because we knew that we had to be at Buckingham Palace for 3:30. So we left and we thought we gave ourselves enough time to get over to Buckingham Palace. They aren't very far apart at all. And we went there and we had a really difficult time because I had reserved a wheelchair just because there's a lot of walking and I was really, really tired by that point. So I had reserved a wheelchair and there was a separate entrance for people who have limited mobility and who can't do all the stairs and need a lift access as opposed to walking a million stairs. So we walked around and we were trying to find it. We thought, oh, maybe it's down on this gate. So we went down one whole way and rounded the corner and went, no, this isn't the right way. So we turned around and we went all the way back to the other end and down the corner, and that was where the main entrance was. And of course we told them, you know, our reasoning, and we said, where is the entrance for the people who needed to barrier free entrance? And we are directed back to literally the main gate. I believe it was called like the main central gate or north central gate. And we went there, and we ended up being admitted right into the front of Buckingham Palace. And while I was standing there and talking with the girls and waiting for the little golf cart to come and get you, it was really kind of neat. And I got some pictures that was something you don't get to do very often, which is, you know, be on the other side of that black fence. So I don't know if I'm going to be in a million other people's YouTube videos or Instagram stories because I was on the other side of it. And a lot of people are taking pictures, of course, of Buckingham Palace. And when we went to enter Buckingham Palace, we entered through the quadrangle, and we got to walk on that and to see that. So that was something that not everybody has had the opportunity to do, and that was super cool. We were given a little audio box, and in each room you took the number that corresponded with that box, and you learned about some of the antique pieces that are in there, the chandeliers, the history. I had no idea that Queen Camilla's gown had her dogs embroidered in golden thread at the bottom, and grandchildren's and children's names were in that. And that's something that if I didn't go to see the exhibits, I would have no idea. And that was really, really cool for me. I think we spent about 2 hours, 15 minutes or so in there. So it was a long time, and it was really informative. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you get a chance, definitely go see Westminster and definitely go see Buckingham Palace. So then we went back, we had got some dinner, went back to the hotel, and we crashed. We absolutely have no problem with the time change. I know that London is 5 hours ahead of myself I almost said Northern Ontario, goodness no, in Southern Ontario, Eastern Standard Time. But because when you're up all night, you're just exhausted. You're going to sleep no matter where you are. So we managed to sleep very well. The next morning, Saturday morning, when we woke up, we ended up going and walking to Holbert Place, which really wasn't that far. I think it was about a 16-17 minute walk. And in the morning, it was a nice walk with nobody around to go to Stonehenge. Now, one of the areas that the Google Maps took us through to go and see that is learning the history about, I think it was a Waterloo. And we went through these tunnels, we went down some stairs, and all along the wall was some really great history, all about, you know, that war and how things were fought, and the history of the whole thing. And that was really, really cool. I thought it was amazing. And anyway, and then we met our bus, and we knew it was going to be kind of a drizzly day. Should have thought ahead. I was wearing shorts, as was my husband, but we did have our raincoats, which was super. Really helpful. And we ended up going to Stonehenge. It took about an hour and a half to get there, and it was pouring rain, like literally pouring rain. We tried not to get too many pictures on the one side of the stones just because of the rain was drilling in that direction, but we got a lot more on the other side, which actually worked out okay because on the other side we were closer, so that worked out. That was cool. We got back into London around, I think it was about 2:15 or so, and we had left at 7:30 in the morning, so it was a long day. And then from there, we toured some of the areas, we walked around, went and found some dinner, just basically, you know, check things out, and enjoyed the area. Absolutely beautiful. We went up, this is where we took the trains, and we were talking about how the trains were on strike. I was mentioning that earlier. So we ended up going to Portobello Market, and because of the pouring rain, a lot of the vendors were shutting down at about 4 o'clock. By the time we got up there with the strikes and with all that, a lot of them were starting to pack up, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? So last night we ended up, again, I think we got to bed about 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. We just had some packing to do because we're heading over to Copenhagen. So one big tip I have when you're flying is periodically check your ticket. Just log in, make sure everything is working fine, and just look at your ticket. because there ended up being this amazing offer right there in the app, on the British Airways app, that we could upgrade to the business class for $45. Incredible. I was in shock. So my pro tip for the day is to check your tickets and to log into the app, because you might miss some things like that. Now, I have upgraded my clients and I have upgraded ourselves to business when I'm checking in, because the first few people who check in, quite often, they get offered business class for a drastically reduced rate. There is not a chance I would pay thousands of dollars for a seat, but I'd be fine with paying $45. And I think one time with WestJet, we got upgraded to the business class, and it was $75. So very, very reasonable, not high priced. So anyway, so our plane left at 7 a.m. in the morning, and Copenhagen Airport does not let you know your terminal until practically it's time to board. And that's a different thing. I'm not used to having that, because that's not the way that we do it in Canada, and I haven't seen that in any of my other places we travel. But that's the way that not Copenhagen Airport. That is the way that London Heathrow, going to Copenhagen, deals with it. So London Heathrow does not let you know until it's time to board what gate to go to. Now, because we had the business class tickets, we could go and check out the lounge. That was one of the nicer lounges that I've been to. I really enjoyed that. And I did read in here that you could get about a 15-minute massage complimentary. Of course, we didn't do that, but we did enjoy a little bit of breakfast, and we did enjoy sitting in a really nice, comfortable chair while we're waiting to get the notification for what gate to go to. So we did finally, at about 6:20, go down and find our gate. We had to board a bus. We were brought out to the plane. We climbed the stairs and off we went. And we actually landed in Copenhagen a little bit early. We were supposed to land, I believe it was, I want to say 9:50 Copenhagen time. I think they were thinking it would be about an hour 50. And Copenhagen is 1 hour ahead of London, England. So it was, ended up being, I don't even remember how short it was. I think it was about an hour, 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But boy, did we get here fast. So we got our luggage, and we just sat and we waited for a little bit until it was our time to go and board Seabourn. We hopped in a taxi and we went on over to the cruise pier. I would say that it probably took, if my timing is correctly in my brain, about 10-15 minutes. We walked over, we gave them our luggage. They put new tags on it, even though we had our tags, because they have it color coded for each floor. So that's, they wanted to use their tags. So they did that. And then we walked around and we ended up, I had to take another security photo for some reason. I uploaded one, but didn't make it. So they took the photo and we got a boarding pass and off we went. And when we got into Seabourn Ovation, they had told us that all the doors for the rooms are open and our keys are inside. So I really like that about small ship cruising, how your rooms are ready so much earlier. I mean, they don't have 5,000 or, 6,000, 7,000 or even 2,000 rooms to clean. They have 300 on Seabourn Ovation, because I believe the capacity is around 600. So that was really cool. We got to get into a room. Absolutely gorgeous room. I did a room tour, so make sure you go back and look at that. And I love these rooms. They are so spacious. They have, and I mean, it's the entry-level room, but there is just so much room to spread out. The walk-in closet, big plus. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love being able to go into the closet and see the clothing that I have hanging there. So I really like that. The bathroom is marble everything. It has a tub, it has double vanity, and it has a stand-up shower. And I'm not going to complain about the Molten Brown shampoos, soaps, and conditioners. I love Molten Brown. It is one. Last year when I came on Seabourn, I of course brought my own shampoo, and I thought I'll just try theirs. My goodness, I did not even bring my own shampoo this time. I am just going to rely on theirs because it is so good. It's incredible. Wow. Now, when we got back to room, and I'm sorry, I'm yawning, I'm very tired. So then we ended up just relaxing around our room, taking some pictures. I had to do a little bit of work. I am hosting a group of virtuosos that are here, And so I had to go to guest services to arrange for the party that's going to be tomorrow night. So we are having a welcome reception for all the people in our group, and there's 29 in our group, and that's super exciting, and the invitations went out. Yay! So I'm looking forward to doing that tomorrow night. Today we went to the restaurant for dinner, and that was delicious. I had a leek and potato soup, and I actually had leek and potato soup when we were at Stonehenge. Not even close to the same. The Stonehenge soup, I mean, I make leek and potato soup, and it was terrible. So I know what it's supposed to taste like, and it really didn't. But the soup I had today was rich and creamy and just smooth. I could have had it for dinner. Give me another bowl, and I would have been very content to have that for dinner. I did have the filet mignon, and my husband did have the crepes, the leek and cheese, I believe. No, leek and potato crepes. When we got back to our room, we ended up finding that they gave us another Seabourn bag, just a nice tote that you can take with you as you're out shopping and as you're out exploring the new areas as well. So that was kind of a fun thing. And of course we get chocolates. So this chocolate, if we can get it to focus today, is it going to do it? I'm so sorry. There it is. So this chocolate is chili and smoke chocolate. This is milk chocolate. It's kind of unique. I love how they give us different chocolate each time. After we thoroughly enjoyed our dinner tonight, and before we came back to the room, I forgot to mention, we went to the square. And the square is where they have all of the complimentary coffees and teas and cappuccinos and specialty coffees. They also have some delicious truffles and some macarons. I mean, who does not want a strawberry macaron? Look at those feet. Oh, they did such a good job. They are delicious. And of course, some fudge. Tomorrow we're going to be in Gothenburg. And it's supposed to be a little bit rainy again, unfortunately. Thankfully, though, we do have really good raincoats because Alaska, we're going to get soaked. All of those waterfalls, and it's just going to be spraying water everywhere. So we did have a good coat. We invested in a good coat and good equipment. So we should be okay with going into Gothenburg with the rain. I'd rather not having it rain, but what are you going to do? So we will see what happens tomorrow. I'm hoping to be able to tour the area a little bit, get that gorgeous big cinnamon bun to share. Who knows what else? You have to follow along to see. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you watch tomorrow because we are going to Sweden. So we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.